ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another video. So last time we did My Hero, One Piece is on break right now, even though me and Jazz will get with Verse and do a One Piece video this week. We haven't put out an anime video for this week as of now. So we thought we're going to do Black Clover. We will get you a One Piece, but we thought, hey, let's do something else. And since I know Jazz is finally caught up on this, we're going to start talking about it. Kaiju number 8. You need to, after this, you need to jump on Sakamoto Days with me and Jay, because Sakamoto Days is gas.
I'm on Sakamoto Days. I just finished the 3rd volume today.
So when you catch up, let me know. We're gonna start making videos on that too. Because Sakamoto Days, look, real shit. My Sakamoto Days and Kaiju number 8 are my favorite two, like new gens. Like I know niggas are like Chainsaw Man, Don. Like I don't consider Black Clover and My Hero new gens anymore. I would say JJK is a new gen still. Fire Force, like I love JJK and I love Fire Force, but to me, Kaiju number 8 and Sakamoto Days, they just hit a note for me. They hit a note. So let me ask you, how do you feel about Kaiju number 8? Because I've made a Kaiju number 8 video before, but now I get to basically redo that one with you to get your opinions on it, and then we'll talk week to week about the series. But yeah, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, so like one of the things that like really drew me into it was that, like, you know, I like the normal like shonen protagonist.
You about to say the same thing that me, Christian, and Crystal all said.
Like it's such a
dirty, it's fire.
It's a way to like get somebody into it, because like the kaiju, like the premise of kaiju has been done time and time again. So it's like, how do you get somebody to indulge in something without it being like, oh, this is like another 15-year-old protagonist? Like, no, this nigga's like
30, nigga.
Like he middle-aged, bro.
Yeah, like, nigga is 30, and all the dudes around him are like 21, 22, 18. There's no one who is under 18 years old in this story.
Right. And
it makes sense. They shouldn't be. Like, we were talking about this with My Hero. Like, damn, they sending a kid soldier to go take care of some adult ass problems. In this, these are super adult problems. Like, kids could not fight these kaiju, bro.
And I mean, most of the captains that are like like main players like are like old. So it's like, it's not like you're counting on a bunch of, and children. Like I said, like I don't dislike that trope in shonen because I'm so used to it, but it's like, this makes a little more sense. Like, you have people that are like old, they've been in the field for a while, and they're still powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Like really, like the strongest people are the old people. Like it's Kafka as like as a newbie, but then you have Ashiro, Mina Ashiro, his girl or his friend. Let me not say his girl. Vice Captain Hosina. You got Captain of Narumi, who's the captain of Kikaru's division. Like Narumi with the eyes. You got the dude that's leading the stuff, Inji Hasegawa. Him along with Keiji Itama, the two dudes with the scars on their face. And then the former leader of everything, Kikaru's dad, Isao Shinomiya. Like, that dude was like, all the people I just named are old people, like at the youngest 30 on up. Or Narumi maybe 25 because he's a prodigy, like a young captain, but still that's 25. Like,
right. And it makes it especially like in the kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say I mean, it's getting post-apocalyptic right now because up shit, but
yeah, we're gonna get to
like,
that.
Like in this kind of society, I like that it's more so like on the older people. And I mean, most of the people you see that are like running it, like they're like, yeah, we don't want to have to rely on young people because we're also strong, but like this is a dire situation, so we need to rely on like that newer generation.
Facts. No, I agree. And the new generations was gonna put it over, but the leader of the new generations is a 30-year-old man. So like, I rock with it. So how do you feel about the idea of these kaiju? It's not necessarily, there are some big ones like city size, and we've seen Mina shoot that crazy gun. We won't get to that. We've seen her shoot those things now, but mostly the strong ones are anywhere from human to Whitebeard size.
Yeah, it makes it feel, because they even talk about that in the chapter before last, how like, you know, bacteria and like all this other stuff, like it evolves to where like it's now in the new pecking order. So it's like, of course kaiju like would evolve and become more humanoid, like to be
combat
over
these humans
humans.
who are hunting them. Like
Right.
the last chapter, not the most not 81, but I think 80, like you were saying,
Yeah, yeah.
explained it so well in the sense of, bro, we've been hunting these things for years. They finally got smart enough to say, okay, this is how we need to combat these dudes, and they evolved. Like it was only a matter of time.
Right, because number nine is crazy. Like they like had a countermeasure, but number nine was like, oh
But
yeah,
even though
y'all
even
think
though 9 is crazy, I feel like Kafka could beat 9. Like I feel like we haven't seen the strongest one yet.
oh
Like
no,
I feel like these ones, like the one that Kikaru's fighting, like is that I think that might be 15 or like
yeah,
13. Would
15.
I feel like that one's stronger than 9? Like that one looks like her and talks like 9 was barely doing that shit, bro.
I think like it's gonna be because like you know how it's normally like opposite, like normally like the one that's the lower number is higher, but I
The
think this
higher
is like
number,
this is
yeah,
like an evolutionary thing.
I
So like as
agree.
it gets higher, like
It's
they'll
gonna get
start getting
stronger,
crazier.
yeah. Like I think 9 may evolve into become a different one if they don't beat him, but yeah, bro. Like I feel like 9 was the starter of like the evolution. Like he put everything in motion, and whatever he's gonna create will be stronger than him.
Also, they're way more sentient because if I'm remembering
Yeah,
correctly, like the first couple ones
they were
we
dummies.
hear about like they're
They
yeah,
like
like they're
hollows.
basically
They're yeah,
yeah.
they're literally like hollows, and then like these are
Wow,
around car.
that's actually the best way I can explain that. They're
Mm-hmm.
basically dealing with the spotters right now. That's crazy.
Pretty much. And like
Yeah.
I feel I'm ready to see in turn we can talk about powers in a second, but in terms of like power wise, I mean I'm waiting to see Kafka because he was training with Vice Captain Hosina to really
Mhm.
get better at like hand-to-hand combat. So I'm interested to see if he's gonna start using the I only turn one part of my body kaiju, leave the rest human, like 2 kaiju hands or 2 kaiju legs. Like I'm very interested to see if he will start morphing sections of his body instead of the whole thing.
Right, because it seems like it's already kind of bleeding into his base strength too.
Yeah.
Because like he they when I came back and I read the chapter that like I left off on, I think like the next chapter he was practicing with the vice captain and he had like knocked him back pretty far. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I mean, obviously the vice captain knocked him back farther, but like still, it's
That
like
was no, that was a big get. Yeah.
but
And
that's his
now
base strength without the kaiju. So it's
I'm
like
excited to see him versus Hosina now because Hosina has like one of those kaiju weapons. Like now he has the 2 swords. Like the kaiju weapon users are Vice Captain Hosina, Hikaru, Commander Aisao's daughter,
daughter.
my man Reno Ichikawa, his homie who he met in the first chapter, who he saved his life. Reno has one, and then not Vice Captain, Captain Narumi with the eyes. Those are the 4 like kaiju weapon users, and I'm interested to see if we get another or if that's the the end.
Yeah, I like Hosina. I like the relationship between Hosina and Kaiju number 10 because it's like they're at odds, and I like that his suit is sentient too.
He's the
So it's
only
like
one with like the suit still having some life to it because the eyes don't, and Kikaru and Reno's definitely don't. Like Reno's is like a boost for his shooting and like to really be like the Flash but with a gun, and
right.
Kikaru's that big ass axe that's like jet powered, and then Reno has the eyes. I still don't really understand. I mean, not Reno. Narumi still has the eyes.
Narumi
I really don't know what the eyes do. Like basically in the chapter where the kaiju was coming back in this latest one, it was like he reads like electricity waves or some shit, and that thing was putting out water waves instead. I was like, whoa, this some weird shit.
The way I kind of view it is kind of like not like necessarily possession, but like hybrid. Kind of like when Naruto, like like when Naruto like went Kurama mode and like
It
his
had them
eyes would
eyes,
like
yeah,
turn like cats.
or almost like sage mode eyes.
Yeah. Something
Okay, so
something
yeah,
like that.
look, it says, okay, I know you read my movement based on the electrical signals in my body. You can't read, but you can't read water movement. So that's how that one evolved to fight Narumi. Okay, so it reads. I thought he did more than just read electrical movements, though. It has to, because that nigga's strong as hell.
They had to nerf him some way to make him fight this
Yeah, true,
kaiju.
true. And they getting their ass whooped right now. Like, I ain't never seen Narumi take a hit like he took. This one right here, like that nigga be beating niggas ass. Like, he took a big hit, but they all did. Like, fucking, that's what that man was like, damn, it almost seems as, damn, they're all hunting us. And like, I don't think that's Narumi that died. I really don't. Like, hold on, I'm
Nah,
gonna show you.
but some random
Yeah, some random nigga guy.
like,
Like,
when
this
I saw
nigga
that,
got worked. That's just a rando though.
they do not pull any punches in this show. Somebody dies, somebody die. But I
And
mean,
see, I think it's so interesting because then you see like human life, like just like chilling right here. Like, we never see how humans live. Like, they really have no idea of this threat. And I think that shows how good this defense agency is. Like, this is a defense agency that actually like works, unlike the
right.
Demon Slayer organization or like the hero
Well, to be
organization
fair,
in My Hero.
well, okay, so look, I would put more blame on the Hero Society because
They
like
don't
at
work.
least they can do that. But Demon Slayer is kind of just like, well, if you see a demon, I they ain't got no meat, like they ain't got no electricity or nothing to like say that this. Oh, like that's not a demon. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
shame on you, My Hero business.
But yeah, business. The loser of My Hero right now is the business class. Y'all fucked up, man. Class
The
1B.
The donkey of the week, really.
The business class. But hey, the defense force really does its thing. How do you feel about the powers of Kaiju number 8 and I guess his transformation?
I like it. It's not. It's like very bare bones, you know. Like it's basically possession in a character. That's a trope that's here. But I
But
like
he kind of
that
controls it though, and there's not really like
Yeah.
a Karama in the sense where it talks to him. Like it has like once, but not really.
I feel like it's sentient, but maybe it's like a baby because you gotta think about it. Like you have 8 that's kind of sentient, 9 that's sentient, 10 sentient, and then probably the others are sentient. So maybe like 8 was the first one.
First one, yeah.
So
and it
like
had to bond with a human.
Yes, so maybe it's like not all the way there as opposed to like the other kaijus probably.
Oh
like,
shit, the wiki page. The wiki page did. You remember how I was saying he was trying to change specific parts? So the wiki page says that is what he's working on currently. So we will get. I knew that's what he was fucking doing. So I have his other powers essentially. So Kafka's kaiju form has a fortitude level, which is how they rank strength of 9.8, the highest fortitude level seen so far until now, making him the powerful kaiju. But now there's the Dai kaiju, which we've seen, like you said, 8 was the first strongest one, and then now it's 9, and then everyone else. Like 9 has a fortitude level of 8.5 pre-evolution. So like after the fight with kaiju number 8, it changed. He has unleashed kaiju combat power. He has kaiju knowledge. In his kaiju transformation, he has immense strength, immense durability, immense speed, energy emissions, where he can shoot an energy beam and have energy boost, and shape shifting in terms of gigantification and regeneration. I'm excited to see more of the energy stuff he does because he hasn't used that. Like he used that in a dying effort to stop 9. Like it was like a get off me type situation, and it came out. But I want to see him actually like control that shit.
Which is like, I also wonder how they're gonna play into that because I know, like,
I mean, Godzilla shot a I was about to say, Godzilla shot that fire laser beam out his mouth.
And Godzilla is like a direct reference to like nuclear, nuclear fallout, like like the repercussions of nuclear warfare, everything. So I'm wondering how that's all gonna fit in because I don't think they've really talked about like the origins
first
of kaiju
as much as I wonder if the first one's gonna be Godzilla or some inspiration of Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, or like King Kong, the OG Kai. I'm sure they're gonna do like I could see King Kong being the first one as like a monkey evolution, and then like it evolved to lizards and then it became what we know it now. That's what I'm interested to see because that's one of the things that I guess plot like missions of the story is to figure out the where the kaijus come from and destroy them. So when you figure out where they come from and how they're started, then you're gonna figure out what. Do you think humans played a part in this? Like, is there gonna be some man sitting on the throne like evil ass nigga who created these kaiju, like some secret organization?
Either that, or it's gonna be like a scientific like mishap that happened someday.
We in the monkey evolved. King
Yeah,
Kong.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, maybe they were doing experiments and they were like, oh my God, we found this one gene that can make this monkey evolve. And then boom. And so like then they were like, oh, that's not good.
Do you think the final villain is going to be a kaiju, or is it going to be a human kaiju? Or like, I could see it being whoever created these things. Like, if it's a human, him ingesting a kaiju like Kafka did. And like, he might have been an Eisen level person of sending the kaiju into Kafka to see if he could do it himself. Like, you know how Eisen made Ichigo into the perfect thing, or some fucking Kenny shit with Yuji. Now that he did that, whoever the villain is may eat the kaiju himself.
I can't even compare Kenny to nobody.
Yeah, no,
that's a topic for another day. But anyway,
facts.
But like, yeah, I could possibly see that, especially if like there's somebody. But it's
because there has to be an ultimate villain. Like there has to be. Like who's sending these kaiju here? They just randomly pop up.
Because it's like this seems like this is all number 9's plan, but as they become like more sentient.
It seems like someone
is gonna like usurp 9.
Number 9.
And
it seems like someone, like if you go back and read like 9's opening thing, it seems like 9 was answering to someone almost.
Right. So
who's he answering to? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'd be cool if it was like a
King Kai. Like, what if it's Godzilla? Like the king of the kaiju just chilling, like, and it's actually like a monster. I think that would be interesting to differentiate it from like everything else. But just because it's a shonen, I'm just waiting to see the edgelord sitting on a throne who fucking caused all of this.
Or maybe it's because I know in I think it's Shin Godzilla, like there was a scrapped idea to like make Godzilla evolve to the point where he was like humanoid, and I think that's probably where Kaiju number 8 takes inspiration from. Okay. So like maybe it's something to where it's like number 9 is doing all this to get rid of humans, but yada yada yada. And then like he is the final boss because he unlocks that one thing he's missing. Or human evolution.
Yeah, that's the thing. He has to, if it is 9 being the final boss, he has to evolve past where he is right now. Because like we were saying, 15, the one fighting Hikaru, that one's definitely stronger than 9 right now.
And that's psychological warfare too. Like that's just not straight on fighting.
And see, and I don't think 9 had the brain capacity to do it 15. Like that's why I'm saying, like, there has to be someone, like either some stronger kaiju or someone there pulling the strings, because 15's brain, like you said, came in, looked like her, and like tormented her based upon her mom. Like, how did she know that? Like, that's crazy.
Right. Like that's some wild.
Like if it's an animal, stuff. Like if it's an animal or some organism, like even like think about it, like if they're chimera ants, that shit shouldn't know who her mama is. Like some things don't know nothing. They're born and like they know what's going on currently. That's it.
Right. But the fact that like they can
a memory,
infiltrate memories and stuff like that, like
that's crazy, bro. That is crazy. I don't know where the fuck that shit is going. But the most recent chapter, Super Gas, they're now in the dog shit of the war, but we haven't seen Rino Ichikawa yet, and we haven't seen Kafka. So I feel like both of them are gonna go on the attack. I feel like Rino's gonna go help Captain number 2, or the fucking lead captain Narumi. I feel like Mina, even though she doesn't have a kaiju weapon, I feel like that sniper is gonna go help Hosina, and then I feel like Kafka's gonna go help Hikaru.
Which also gives more credence to like how strong Mina is, because she's doing that without kaiju powers.
Without kaiju weapons. And that big sniper she had, where it was like a mech and she was sitting inside the gun, yo, that shit was crazy.
That was hard.
That shit was gas.
I like how they do the female cast in here, man. That's one thing. That's one thing that'll captivate me on New Gens. You do a female cast right, I'm right there. I'm right there.
Everyone is treated equally in this. Ages, they don't matter. Like it's for sure. This is a strong female cast, but it's not a dense female cast. That's the only complaint of it. There's just 2. Yeah, it's just Mina and Hikaru. I think Black Clover really has the best female cast of the New Gens.
Yeah,
either that or JJK. But see, yeah, you get on gay ass. Yeah, I know. That's why I say Black Clover, because Tabata never made Marileona look weak or pull her punches. Like Marileona is, when you say who's fighting the top magic people in Black Clover, Asta, Yuno, Yami, Vengeance, Marileona. Those are the 5. And then Noelle.
Yeah, she was boxing with off topic a little bit, but she was boxing with like a high ranked demon, and I think she snuffed him out too.
She won. Yes, it was the big monster. It was the huge, like when they fought whatever. I'm not gonna spoil for people that are here from Kaiju number 8, but when they fought that kingdom, it was basically fighting the bone nigga, fucking Noelle fighting the woman, Leona fighting the big monster, and then Asta fighting the other dude, him and Yami.
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so that's Black Clover, best female cast. But Kaiju number 8, strong female cast, just not as many.
Just wish they had more. I know there are good, strong female characters, but it's just like
we only have 2.
At the point we're at now, I think we're past the point of like introducing any new.
Yeah, I don't see
like people.
Yeah, unless it's villains. Yeah, like it has to be a villain.
Villains, it's like
So, yeah. Or if they like broaden the world and say like America has kaiju hunters, which I doubt, but if they do that, that's the only way I see new people who can contribute actually come in.
I would actually prefer them to keep this in Japan because I don't want to see anybody get off screen. Not off screen per se, but like get killed off in like a couple chapters. I think I have PTSD from that one chapter. I want them to keep, like, if you're gonna keep Kaiju number 8 somewhere, please keep it in Japan.
We don't need another Star and Stripes situation.
I do not.
Or it would happen in America with Jujutsu Kaisen shit. Like shit is getting crazy in both of those. But anything else you got on Kaiju number 8? Because I think we pretty much covered a lot of it.
Nah, I mean, until because I got to deep dive back into it because, like I said, like I not that like I fell off with it. I thought like it was on break. So like,
it's every other week.
Yeah, so like these chapters just piled up, and I just got caught up, and I'm reminded of why I like it so much.
Like, and we're gonna review it from now on. See, is this 9? Like, is this person 9? I don't know if this person is 9.
That looks like him. Because he has his whole thing is like he's vertical. So it's like he has the one platform right here and then the other one right here.
So if that's 9, that's interesting. If it's not, that's still interesting. This is the person Hosina's fighting. So like these kaiju matched up to each of these weapon users like perfectly.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Like
and even like it's more so like humans are fragile type stuff. So it's kind of like, they're on a timer, but the kaijus I'm pretty sure they can regenerate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they can regenerate.
You gotta destroy them. Like it's like one of those things where you gotta destroy the core before they regenerate type situation.
Yeah.
Because every kaiju has like a core. I think of it like the One Punch Man episode where they was trying to destroy the alien and the alien kept moving around its core. Like that's literally what 9 was doing. 9 kept moving away his hearts in his core, so fucking Kafka couldn't hit him.
Yeah, but I think they should I think this is definitely something that more people should be reading.
When the anime comes out, it's gonna blow up. And the only issue is it comes out in 2024, but I get it because Production IG is trying to make sure it looks really good because this is their hit. Like Production IG has been doing a lot of, I'm not gonna say mid-tier, but like when I say mid-tier, I don't mean mid in terms of quality. I mean mid in terms of popularity tier, like things not well known. And this is the first real big heavy hitter it's had since Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, like, or since Psycho-Pass, if people like, I don't know if Psycho-Pass is considered like well known. I know what Psycho-Pass is, but like,
well, didn't you say they also did Haikyuu? I'd say Haikyuu.
Oh yeah, you're right. Haikyuu and Kuroku no Basket. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, those are probably the most recent like well known ones they do. But that's sports anime in terms of like action.
But sports anime is a whole different beast.
True. True. So hopefully it looks great. But I think when that comes out, this thing's gonna blow up because it's just a matter of time. It was the fastest selling like to 1 million copies in Jump Plus, and it's like it's the one in Jump Plus that does the best, better than Chainsaw Man, Don Da Don, all of those. Like it's the top seller in Jump Plus.
I think people like monsters, and I do. I like it too. But
I think it's more so like not just monsters, but I think it's the way the cast is set up. I think it's really about the cast of characters, and like it has something to do with going back of it being older characters and taking them serious.
Yeah, because that's just such a good way for a story. Because I feel like at some point it's kind of just like you got to switch it up. Like most shonen is like if there's no problem, don't fix it. You know
And
what I'm
it's like,
saying?
how do you differentiate yourself when you're trying to get in over all these other manga? Who would have thought aging up the characters would have been the one way to make like, oh, this is the
Right.
way to do it? Like, nigga, y'all should have been did that.
Like I would prefer more like aged up main characters. Like there was one anime I watched a couple years ago. It was about it was something with an I, E something. If I find it, I'll let you know. But it was like this this old dude who got like these like crazy like cybernetic powers or something, like
Oh
from some
shit!
alien.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
know what you're talking
about?
about. Yeah,
So like
it's the nigga who said bang,
yeah,
bang.
that
and
one.
he talked about One Piece in it. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
hold on. Trippie Red sampled it for his album. I'm gonna figure the name of it.
That's a good one. I like stuff like that, you know?
You know, for sure.
I think because I'm getting older, I can't relate to teenagers anymore. So I'm like,
oh, Hiro Shishigami.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a sample of Hiro Shishigami shooting people is the story's called Inuyashiki, the Last Hero.
Yeah, Inuyashiki. Yeah,
that shit was gas. But no, you're right. Like as we get older, we need things that fit the age range. Like yeah, classic shonen will always be good, but like when you give something that's a little more older, it just hits a different note. Like Monster is great. Like when you look at most of these manga I have, it's older people. Neon Genesis Evangelions for older people. Vinland Saga. High Rise Invasion, like literally the only ones I have that are for young quote unquote audience is Promise Neverland, One Punch Man, and My Hero. But like everything else that I own is like for an older audience. And like one of my favorite 20th Century Boys and Monster, older audience. So
those are two I need to get on too. I've been watching and reading Vinland Saga, and that's been great as well.
Gas. So, but Kaiju number 8, we're definitely gonna be talking about it more. The most recent chapter was gas. We'll make another video when chapter 82 drops. Jazz, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter, Real Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on Instagram, Jazzy Boy. You can follow me on TikTok, Cornell D God. No
y'all
spaces.
make sure y'all go follow my guy, man. Y'all go follow him and give him a like on all his stuff. Y'all can follow me at LynBLET. Follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Until the next video, y'all have a good one and peace.